So you still think that the Weapons Master gives you 5% extra damage, which boosts skill damage, and it does not rely on items.
The shadow
What the Weapons Master actually gives, at level 1, does not even reach 1% extra damage. Why? It doesn't give a 5% extra damage to begin with. Instead, it gives a 5% extra attack increase. If the Weapons Master gives you 5% extra damage, this should be the basic attack damage that Argus deals with his passive. How about when you reach max level with full build? What the Weapons Master actually gives, at level 15 with full build, only reaches close to 1.5% extra damage,
not the 5% extra damage that you expect.
And this is coming from a skill. And if you talk about
extra damage from skills,
you are essentially manipulating the attack scaling, not the damage output. The scaling is what you see when you check the skills of your chosen hero. In Argus's case, it tells how much total or extra physical attack that is necessary for you to deal damage with any of his skills, including his passive. His basic attack damage depends on his total physical attack. The damage output is what you see in-game. It is already reduced by the enemy's defense, and further by any form of damage reduction. It is already boosted by your penetration, and further by any form of damage boost. And by the way, what tier 2 talent gives damage boost?
It's the Master Assassin talent.
At level 1, the only source of increasing physical attack or magic power is just the emblem you equipped. Put a thrill talent as well, but against smart enemies,
the thrill talent is fucking useless.
Also at level 1, generally speaking, you usually buy the basic boots, unless you are someone with a
no boots gaming mindset.
Upon reaching level 15, there's a chance that your build is not complete yet, although you already increased your physical attack or magic power. But the attack increase is not the only way to deal more damage, since the majority of your chosen heroes need penetration in the first place. Even at level 15, you might still be underfarmed, having around 3 or 4 items completed. Your build may be completed later than expected, especially as the result of your delayed farm, and/or repeated deaths earlier in your game. The Weapons Master talent relies on your extra stats, specifically your attack stats, for a 5% increase. It needs damage items right from the get-go. Therefore, there are multiple factors that affect the Weapons Master talent: choice of items, build completion, and gold flow. The greatest potential of the Weapons Master talent is when you have all 6 damage items, without boots or defense items, and that always happens in the late game. The Weapons Master talent is hindered when you buy multiple defense items, when you have an incomplete build at the end of the game, or when you are underfarmed. Any smart enemy can delay your farm, and even if you have 5 to 6 damage items, you are still easy to be picked off. And any smart enemy or teammate can end the game fast, therefore you generally cannot have 6 items in less than 15 minutes. The Master Assassin talent only relies on going against one enemy hero, and boosts your overall damage by 7%. The only factor that affects the Master Assassin talent is simply the number of enemies nearby, and not the number of your allies present. It's possible to activate the damage boost when you, and at least one of your allies, are up against only one enemy hero, but the greatest potential of the Master Assassin talent is when you engage in 1v1 fights, without anybody else around, and that usually happens during the early laning phase. The Master Assassin talent is only hindered when you are up against at least 2 enemies nearby, regardless whether you go alone, or with your allies around you. This usually happens during team fights. The greatest drawbacks of the Weapons Master talent are its over-reliance on items, and its uselessness at early levels. As I said earlier, the attack increase depends on how much physical attack or magic power you have from items, emblems, talents, and certain abilities of your chosen heroes. Take note that it does not increase your total physical attack or total magic power, it only increases your extra attack stats. In short, it strictly prefers offensive items. If you buy defensive items, the weapon's master talent does not do anything. And getting underfarmed without enough damage items affects how much damage your hero can deal, resulting in an incomplete build at the end of the game. The greatest drawback of the Master Assassin talent is its uselessness during team fights. As stated earlier, you have a damage boost when you are up against only one enemy hero, whether or not you have allies with you. And team fights usually involve at least 2 enemies, unless you are inside Yin's ultimate. The only advantage that the weapon's master talent has, over the master assassin talent, is that its damage is, slightly, higher during team fights. Take note of the word, slightly. It's not much compared to the damage boost from the master assassin talent, but not enough to create an impact on your hero. Also, the weapon's master talent's advantage is outweighed by its multiple disadvantages. Although both talents can still be used with an underfarmed and underleveled hero, with an incomplete build, the Master Assassin talent does not need items to increase your damage. It does not need your build to be complete to increase your damage. All it needs is for you to face only one enemy, for a significant damage boost, in which you can take advantage early on. The tabular comparison will summarize what I just discussed in this video. So which tier 2 talent has a greater impact? Is it the weapon's master, or the master assassin? Do you rely more on extra attack stats, or the overall damage? I want to hear your opinions in the comment section. And these are my Argus builds. I honestly prefer the Quantum Charge talent over either the Weakness Finder or the Warcry talent, due to its movement speed boost and its additional heal along with your lifesteal items. But if you use either of these two, here are some of my findings. If I made a mistake on these findings, please let me know in the comments, or try testing it yourself. And that's all for this video. If you like it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, I care for you.